It's the best segment of the Kirby on Sports podcast, the Kirby on Sports pick. I'm so glad you're with us. I'm joined by the weapon, Dan Dembski, and the three-time reigning, defending Kirby on Sports pick'em champion.
Throw an undisputed in there, and we're good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot I knew I forgot something there. I'm so sorry.
Because it's undisputed that I'm still your three-time Pick'em's champion.
He's got the belt.
Surprised we hadn't seen the belt at this point, but
well, I bring it out during the actual segment.
Without further ado, let's bring up the picks for this week.
Yeah, not a lot of variation. It's getting interesting. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to America's favorite segment from this, pretty good to average podcast, the Kirby on Sports Pick'ems. We had some controversy this weekend. Obviously, we picked the Cowboys and Packers game where we all picked the Packers, but it ended in a tie. So controversy within the ranks as we did not know what to do. Kirby wanted me to add the tie to the record. I told him, hell no, and I will say it one more time, because if I have to repeat myself, I'm going to blow a gasket. Ties don't belong in football, and ties don't belong in my pick'ems. As your three-time 968-day reign champion.
I was wondering.
Well,
hold on. Something's not right here. There we go. Now it's correct. There's the way it should be.
Well, listen, with absolutely no disrespect, the only reason why...
my God, here we go.
No, I'm just saying, if the NFL currently has ties, I was like, why don't we just factor
Because we are not idiots like the NFL. We like the sanctity and purity.
That's just my reasoning. That's all.
Well, this is why
we came to a consensus, and we're moving.
Did we come to a consensus? Because we did actually come to a consensus.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he did agree. He was like, I'm just asking the question, but why can't we do this? Because I agree we shouldn't count it, but why can't we do it? So we did come to a consensus.
Yeah. You gave us two choices, and yeah.
So anyways, continuing on. So if you're wondering why our number is now an odd number instead of an even number, considering we pick 6 games a week, that's why the tie did not count towards our record at all, because we technically didn't win or lose. So it's not going to go to anything. And like I said, we're not doing ties, because how do you really count ties towards an overall record? Should we come to a situation where, anyways.
It's tiebreakers with the tie, and you have to incorporate it. Yeah,
it would just get too complicated. Let's just keep it the way it is. And also, it would make the graphic look absolutely goofy. So, with that being said, here are the current standings. Kirby is in first place still at 16-7. Dan and I are tied for second/last place at 14-9. So Kirby's still holding a 2-game lead, which good on Kirby. He's doing great, but he's not expanding his lead. So nervous times for him, I imagine, because right, as you can see by the picks on the screen, if you're watching online, there's not a lot of variation.
Yeah, you can pick up one game.
Yeah. So the games we'll be picking this week are Kansas City against Jacksonville, Seattle against Tampa Bay, and if you can tell by the graphic, they are going throwbacks. So I put the throwback helmets on the graphic. It's beautiful.
I love it.
So Seattle, Tampa Bay, Denver, Philadelphia, the Giants against the Saints. The only reason why I put that is because there was really no other good games. And I was like, oh, it's 2 terrible teams. This will be fun to pick. The Raiders against the Colts. I don't know why I keep putting the Raiders on here. The Raiders aren't good. But again, I couldn't figure out any other games. So I put them on. And then, of course, we're doing San Francisco against the Los Angeles Rams. I will go for first, as always, because I am, of course, your three-time 968-day Pick'ems champion.
There it is.
I will be taking the Kansas City Chiefs over the Jacksonville Jaguars as I'm contractually obligated to. I believe we've had the Chiefs on the pick'ems all 5 weeks so far.
Yep.
I want to say, yeah. Well, they've been playing. They play a lot of high-profile games, so it's kind of hard not to put them on the ground. The pick'ems.
Eventually they won't be, but
Eventually, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. They play a lot of great opponents. I will be taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Seattle Seahawks. This one I was kind of very back and forth on, but I think Tampa Bay's got a really bad taste in their mouth from that loss to Philly, and they're going to let it out on Seattle. I will take the Eagles over the Broncos. I think the Eagles are just a better team, and I just can't pick against them until they lose. I will be the sole person taking the New Orleans Saints over the New York Giants. New Orleans, I believe, will win this game because they actually have the better weapons, and they actually played very well against the Buffalo Bills. That score does not accurately show how close that game was for a majority of it. And with New York losing Malik Neighbors, and it's his Jackson Dart's second start, I just think New Orleans has all the advantages here to finally win a game this season. I will take the Colts over the Raiders. The Colts, despite losing to the Rams, still look phenomenal. And I really like what I'm seeing from Daniel Jones. I think he's been playing very well. And honestly, the Raiders Geno just doesn't have it, man. It's not great. And then I would take the Rams over the 49ers. The 49ers are super banged up, and the Rams just look so good. They really do. That ending against the Colts was bananas. So with that being said, I will now throw it to this podcast's favorite number 2, my esteemed co-host, the Josh Allen to my Patrick Mahomes, and the time OG Pick'ems champion.
That's right. Thank you, Carlos. Never got a belt, but thank you very much. That was before we had the money for those, I think.
I mean, I always had one, but it was for me.
Right, but you weren't going to give it up, and I don't blame you.
No, and I did suggest that we create one specifically for this that we could pass around, but we never followed through on it.
Well, if you're gonna be the only one that wins, what's the point?
I mean, I already have 3 belts, and I'm thinking about buying a 4th, but that remains to be seen.
Man, that'd be crazy. But anyway, I will start off by picking the Kansas City Chiefs over the Jags. I think this is the point, and I think Carlos is right, where the Chiefs have it all in front of them, like Carlos said earlier. And I think they're going to really start to get on a roll here and look like the Chiefs always have when they get hot like this. So I think it starts with what obviously started against the Ravens, but I think it continues in this game against the Jags. I will pick the Tampa Bay Bucks over the Seattle Seahawks. Now, Seattle at home for this are the home teams on the left, or Carlos?
I didn't put it that way this week also.
Carlos.
Yeah, but the game is in Seattle.
In Seattle. Okay, great.
So technically, yes, I did do it correctly on this one.
Cool. Yeah, this is going to be a tough environment for sure for Tampa to go into, but I think as Carlos alluded to, and I think just in general, there's something special about this team, this Tampa team. They seem to play with a fire in their belly, and then obviously the way that game ended against the Eagles, just a very tough loss, very tough taste in their mouth, as Carlos mentioned. And I think Seattle, to me, there's still a lot of questions for me as to their longevity. So I think Seattle's got a great defense, obviously, with the head coach with that background. But tough environment, tough place for Tampa to go and win. But I think Baker Mayfield gets the job done, and this is another big win for him in his NFL career. So give me the Bucs. I will take the Eagles over the Broncos. Yeah, to me, this is a situation of just the Eagles are simply the better team right now. I really don't have any other justification. I think the Broncos have not lived up to the hype and the expectations I think a lot of people set for them to this point. And I think it's going to be tough for them to overcome the tough matchup in this one. So give me the Eagles. I will take the Giants over the Saints. I think Jackson Dart is a decent quarterback, and I think they're able to handle the Saints in this game pretty handily. I do think not handily. I think this game is going to be really close. As Carlos alluded to, the Saints played great against the Bills. Pretty scrappy team, a team that really I think a lot of people figured had no chance in that game. But I think the Giants will win out. I think Brian Daboll will live to see another week as a result as he continues his NFL coaching career. For right or for wrong, I will take the Giants. And then this is one I think we all agree with. I will take the Colts over the Raiders. Colts are just the better team. The Raiders are kind of a mess right now, and I think Daniel Jones continues to play at a high level, and the Colts are able to keep it rolling. And then last but not least, I will take the Rams over the 49ers. Carlos said it already. I mean, the Niners have a ton of injuries. I think the Rams are starting to peak at the right time right now. They're really starting to put it all together. And and Matt Stafford is really, really hot right now throwing the football. So I think that continues, and I think the Rams get the dub. So with that, I will throw it to the host, CEO of this podcast. You can tell I'm tired. Cream cheese, Josh Kirby. Over to you, buddy.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
Oh, we brought it up last week.
Oh, you did?
You weren't here.
We did.
We brought it up though.
Well,
Shows
there you
that. Thanks for listening to your own show, by the way.
No, I listened to bits and pieces.
But thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to the entire show.
All right. So my pick. Wow. Whoa. Yeah, me and Dan picked the same picks.
We have
Wow.
the same picks.
All right.
Just same as me, and then continue.
I'm picking the Kansas City Chiefs, just like Dan and Carlos. I think the Chiefs just have more weapons in this game. I don't think Jacksonville can keep up with what Kansas City has. So I'll pick the Chiefs there. It's going to be a tough environment, that is for sure. I feel this next game is going to be a very close and competitive contest. I'm picking the Buccaneers. They have firepower, and I think Baker and the Bucs want to get the bad taste out of their mouth after losing to the Eagles. I'll pick the Eagles. I think they're just the better team in this situation, like you all alluded to previously, better than the Broncos, and I think they get the win. I think Jackson Dart looked pretty good in his opener against New York. I'm going to pick New York. I think they
played New York? The Giants played New York.
No, against Los Angeles.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
See, it's been a long day for me too. Sorry, Carlos. So I think Jackson Dart and the Giants have a little bit of spark from this win against the Chargers. I could be completely wrong, but I think I think there's a spark there that they can take into this week against the Saints. And the Saints, I mean, although playing tough against the Bills, they're winless. But I think they're going to give it another fight. This could be another close game. Colts, obviously the better team against the Las Vegas Raiders, who have a lot of questions that need to be answered. And some questions in San Francisco. I'm going to pick the explosive LA Rams with some weapons that Matt Stafford has. So week 5, pick 'em. You can pick with us on social media platforms and see how we do week in and week
I forgot to pull
out.
up the history, by the way. That's my fault.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask at the top, but I forgot.
If you guys want to wait, I could probably find it really quick.
Why not?
Hey, let's hear the history before we end.
Got some hold music, Kirby? You got some?
Yeah, we could play Kirby's Corner again.
Kirby's Corner.
Keep talking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for another week
Kirby,
of
how
NFL.
does it feel to be in? How does it feel to be in first right now?
All right, that's enough. We don't have to actually hear from him. All right, here we go.
I didn't bring it up.
Okay, here we go. So, week 5 last year, or going into week 5 last year, we were essentially all in the same spots that we're in, aside from Kirby. Kirby is still 2 games to the better. Dan, you were 14-10. Obviously,
Right.
14-9 this year because of the
game.
tie. And I was 13-11. So once again, proving, boys, that at this point last year, I was in last place and I ended up winning the whole thing. So never count your boy out. Just never count me out. Look, anybody being like
Ask
celebrating me.
Ask me. I'll tell you. Ask
Yeah,
me,
anybody
I'll tell you.
celebrating me, not necessarily blowing it out of the water to start off the season. The last 3 years, I haven't blown it out of the water. I catch up at the end. That's when it matters most. Kirby, your 2-game lead isn't safe. You could drop down to a 1-game lead, or you could expand to 3 games from me. But either way, I'm still within striking distance, baby.
He's all.
And if you know, I'm all gas, no brakes, baby.
Okay. Yeah.
Kirby,
Thank you.
Okay.
He knows better not to try to beat me in a game of trash talk because he knows that when you're the 4-time loser, you can't talk to the 3-time champ like you have a dog in this fight.
I mean, did
Kirby,
I fire any shots at you today about it?
Listen, I still got to put you in your place, Kirby. I still got to keep you humble, my boy.
Well, I didn't even fire any shots.
You don't have to fire shots. You don't have to fire any shots. It's necessary for me to keep you humble.
We can remind you too that the pancakes are still calling.
You still owe us
Kirby
pancakes,
boy,
my boy.
The pancakes are calling.
Yes.
I
know.
Yummy.
I know. But that's the week 5 pick 'em. That wraps up the Kirby on Sports podcast.
I don't
Immediately.
I don't like this. There we go.